watching the video. Okay. Right, X-linked disorders. So, most are recessive. There are some dominant ones, but they are rare. Especially X-linked recessive, they're always going to be expressed in males, and I'm going to show you that on the graph. I'm going to show you why, but it's mostly because the boy only has one chance to inherit a good X, and if the X they receive is messed up, they are going to fully express that X-linked disorder, okay? Girls, we can usually be carriers of these because we inherit two X's, okay? Now, usually if the mom's is messed up, that's when the boy's gonna get it. If the dad's is messed up, the girls are gonna be affected, okay? All right, I'm gonna show you this on here. Let me just go ahead and make my chart. We'll start with X-linked recessive, which females do not usually express, males fully expressed. That will probably be a question. Okay, so we're gonna separate this here. X-linked recessive. X-linked dominant. Rare. Okay. So basically the recessive one is what's messed up. So that's what I want you to think of. We'll go through a few scenarios here. All right, so we're gonna say mom is a carrier and dad is not a carrier of the X-linked recessive, okay? So I use my big X as my good one and my little X as my bad one. Why? Because we're recessive. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Okay, mom is a carrier, so we have our good X and then our little bad mutant X. Okay, dad is not affected. He's got a big pretty X and his Y is fine. It's completely fine. Dads can only pass on a Y to their boys. This is the boys column, okay? This is the girls column. This way, okay? Remember that. And whenever you do your X-linked dominant, you're gonna do the exact opposite. The big X is what's messed up. So that's how you need to chart and graph it, and I'll show you that. So we have a big X and a big X. Is this kid affected? No. Why? They don't have the little X. Here, this girl, she's got the little X, but remember, she has a big X. So she's heterozygous. She's not going to express this. She's going to be a carrier, okay? Here, boys, remember, if they get it, they're going to fully express it. All right, big X, and then he gets his Y from dad, okay? Big X, Y. These two are unaffected, okay? And so far we have one carrier. Now over here, this boy, he only gets one shot at getting an X, and it's from mom. This boy is SOL. He got the bad X. He is going to fully express the disease, and he is affected. Okay, so let me just double check. So it says 25% of daughters will be carriers, 25% non-carriers. Really, I think of it as 50% of the daughters will be carriers, non-carriers, but roll with what she says. So just think of it this way, 25% carrier, 25% of the graph, non-carrier, okay? And then the boys, same thing. Alright, this boy's a non-carrier. And this one fully expresses the disease. So you've got 25% of girls non-carriers, 25% of boys non-carriers. They're unaffected. And then you've got 25% chance of being a carrier, and then a 25% chance of being affected. Think of it just like cystic fibrosis and your autosomal recessive disorders. 25% affected, okay? And it's always going to be the boy that expresses the disease. Fully expressed in boys. Now, examples. Let's do it the other way. Non-carrier mom and dad is affected. This is where it's going to affect the girls, okay? So we're going to do our little thing. These girls are going to end up being carriers if their dad is affected 100% of the time. Why? Because they get their second X from their dad. So dad's little X is messed up, and then he's got his Y. This is an affected dad. Remember, boys always express the disease. They're not carriers. They are called affected, always affected. They're never carriers. Girls, carriers, okay? Then we have a non-carrier mom. This is the scenario she's going to give you. She's not going to give you a carrier mom and affected dad. She's not going to do that. And hopefully if dad's affected, they've had genetic testing done anyway, so you have to think about this as if it's real life. All right, so this is our bad one right here. Big X, little x, big X, little x. These are your girls. These are your boys, because only they can get a Y. All right, big X, big Y. He's fine. Big X, big Y. He's fine again. If dad has it, boys are unaffected, always. If dad has it, they will 100% be carriers. They don't express the disease. Why? Because they still have a good big X from mama, okay? I gave her 2 big X's because she's unaffected. You have to pretend like a little X is screwed up. Recessive, little X, when you're doing your graph, please study that well, practice it, so that whenever you're sitting there and we can't use scratch paper, you're able to do that in your head, all right? Examples of X-linked recessive. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, hemophilia A. Philia A. And then you're gonna have your Duchenne's. That's like the dystrophy. And then red green color blindness. Alright. Those are the only examples I can pull from the book. Alright. So remember these, and remember these patterns. 25% of boys affected. 25% of girls carriers. And then over here, 100% carriers and 100% unaffected boys if you have an affected dad. Carrier mom. All right. All right, moving on to the next one. So we're gonna do X-linked dominant. This is rare. And an example is Fragile X syndrome. Okay, so I'm just gonna put Fragile X. So the girls, it's gonna suck for the girls on this one because it doesn't matter if they're heterozygous, okay? That big X is messed up. All right, so affected mom plus a non-carrier dad. So we'll do an affected mom. Big X. Big X is bad. Okay. Mom is affected. We are going to go ahead and give her a big X and a little x. Okay. And then, I messed that up. And then our dad is unaffected, so we're going to give him a cute little X and a big Y. He is unaffected. This is our bad one right here. Okay. All right, this daughter is affected. Little x, she's fine. Now we have our boys over here. They're gonna get the Y from dad. This boy has one chance and he got the bad one, so he's affected, So these are affected. This boy got the little X and big Y. Okay, so this one's fine. This one is not. So, mom, affected. Dad, unaffected. Alright, so what is your pattern here? 50% of the kids will get it. Just like with autosomal dominant disorders like Huntington's, it's the exact same thing, okay? Okay. So, each daughter or son, 50% affected, 50% not affected. Same thing as with Huntington's, okay? Okay. Now, let's do it as if the dad is affected and the mom is not. So we're gonna give mom cute little X's. She is unaffected. And we're gonna give dad the messed up big X. Y. So dad is affected. Okay, so we have little X, big X, little X, big X. All the girls are screwed. Okay, just like over here, all the girls were carriers when dad was affected. Well, here, 100% of the daughters are affected automatically. If dad's X is messed up, all the girls are going to get it. That's why it's called fragile X. Okay, 100% girls affected. These are little X's, okay? These are fine. This is the messed up one, okay? Boys, they're all gonna be fine. Why? Because they do not inherit the X from their dad, okay? Boys, same thing over here. If dad is affected by any of these, the son is not getting it because he only gets a Y from his dad. He does not get an X from his dad. Otherwise, he would be a girl. Okay. So little X, big Y, little X, big Y, 100% boys unaffected. Okay. All right, I hope that makes sense to everybody. I know it's, just practice that, okay? Watch my video, practice it. It's probably only gonna be a question or two on the test. Don't stress too much about it, but if you can do this in your head, you got it, okay? And she's probably gonna throw some of those stupid other terms at you. Let's see, 100% girls affected, 100% boys unaffected. Yep, and that's correct. Okay. And that is if. Alright, so affected mom, unaffected dad. I'm just gonna make that to where y'all can see that. And here we've got unaffected mom. And we have affected dad. Okay? Alright. There you go. Now, examples of these, I think it's just fragile X. That's all I have. Yeah, and again, very, very, very rare. Alright. 100% of the daughters will be affected, dad. Okay. Okay, do y'all understand the difference between phenotype and genotype? I hope so. Phenotype is what is physically expressed. Genotype is your